Have you ever wondered if the icy realms of Norse mythology had any connection to the sun-drenched lands of Africa? Well, let's set the stage first with a brief foray into the world of Norse mythology. Picture a realm of gods and giants, of epic battles and legendary heroes. At the center of this mythology, we find a pantheon of gods, each with their unique characteristics and responsibilities. Odin, the All-Father, wise and just, presides over this cosmic order. His son Thor, with his mighty hammer Mjolnir, is the protector of mankind, while the cunning Loki, a figure of mischief and chaos, keeps the gods on their toes. These gods, along with a host of others, constitute the heart of Norse mythology, shaping the beliefs, traditions, and narratives of the Vikings. But here's a thought to ponder. So where does Africa come into the picture? Let's dive into this fascinating connection. Believe it or not, the Norse were known to be great explorers and traders. They were seafarers who ventured far and wide from their homelands in Scandinavia to the far reaches of the known world. Their exploration spirit was fueled by a thirst for knowledge, wealth, and new territories to conquer. But did you know that their journeys might have extended as far as Africa? Yes, Africa, a land of diverse cultures, rich resources, and intriguing mysteries. While the idea of Norsemen interacting with African civilizations might sound like a plot from a historical fiction novel, there are archaeological findings that suggest it could be a reality. Let's take a journey back in time to the era of the Vikings. Picture this: a group of hardened Norsemen, their dragon-headed longships cutting through the waves, reaching the shores of Africa, their eyes wide with curiosity and wonder at the sight of an entirely different civilization. Historians and archaeologists have unearthed African coins in Viking burial sites. These coins, often minted in North Africa, have been found in Scandinavia and other places where the Norse settled. Now, this doesn't definitively prove that there were Norse expeditions to Africa, but it does hint at some form of contact. The Norse could have acquired these coins through trade networks, either directly from African traders or indirectly through intermediaries. Moreover, the Norse sagas, a rich source of historical and mythological information, also provide some intriguing clues. They speak of distant lands and people, of journeys to places far beyond their familiar horizons. While these sagas are not explicit about Africa, the possibility of the Norse having knowledge of the continent is not entirely far-fetched. These historical findings suggest that the Norse might have had direct or indirect contact with Africa, but how does this relate to their mythology? Well, the intermingling of cultures often leads to the exchange of ideas and beliefs. Could there be traces of African influence in Norse mythology? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this fascinating topic. Could the Norse have incorporated elements of African culture and mythology into their own? The evidence suggests they might have. We're going to delve into some intriguing theories that suggest African influence on Norse mythology. Experts have pointed out similarities in symbolism, stories, and even deities between these two distinct cultures. Take, for instance, the Norse god Thor and the Yoruba deity Shango. Both are associated with thunder and lightning, demonstrating power and authority over weather phenomena. This parallel could be a mere coincidence, or it might indicate some form of cultural exchange or shared human experience. Then there's the fascinating case of Odin, the All-Father in Norse mythology. Odin, with his wisdom and magic, bears a striking resemblance to Orunmila, a figure in Yoruba mythology known for his wisdom and knowledge of the future. Both Odin and Orunmila are revered for their wisdom, and both are associated with the runes or symbols used for divination and magic. Beyond the gods themselves, there's also the question of African oral traditions influencing Norse sagas. Norse sagas, much like African oral traditions, were passed down through generations. The epic tales of heroes and gods, their triumphs and their tragedies, have a striking resemblance to the storytelling traditions of many African cultures. Could it be that Norse explorers, during their travels, came across these stories and incorporated them into their own mythology? Could the tales of Odin, Thor, and the rest of the Norse pantheon have been shaped, even in small ways, by the rich and vibrant stories told around African firesides? Of course, we need to be cautious. These theories, while compelling, are not definitive. The similarities could be coincidental, stemming from common human experiences and shared archetypes. However, the possibility of cultural exchange can't be dismissed outright, especially considering the Norse propensity for exploration and discovery. While the evidence is not conclusive, it's undoubtedly fascinating to consider the potential cultural exchange between these two vastly different civilizations. The connection between Norse mythology and Africa is a fascinating area of historical and cultural study. It's a subject that keeps on giving, continually opening fresh avenues for exploration and understanding. The sheer depth of this relationship, from the realms of gods and spirits to the mundane world of the living, is an ongoing testament to the rich tapestry of cultural exchange in the ancient world. Scholars and researchers around the globe are tirelessly working to uncover more about this intriguing connection. Their work takes them across continents, through time, and deep into the human psyche. It's a journey that challenges our notions of cultural boundaries and invites us to view history through a more nuanced lens. The intermingling of Norse and African cultures, as seen through the lens of mythology, is a testament to the fluidity and dynamism of human civilization. It's a potent reminder that cultures are not isolated entities, but rather interconnected webs continually influencing and being influenced by one another. The enduring legacy of this connection is not just in the myths and stories that have been passed down through generations, it's also in the way these narratives have shaped societies, from the formation of cultural identities to the establishment of social norms and values. The Norse gods, with their complex personalities and intricate relationships, resonate with universal themes of power, love, and mortality. And the potential echoes of these themes in African mythology adds a layer of richness and depth to our understanding of these ancient societies. The legacy of this connection also lies in the power of storytelling and the role it plays in preserving cultural heritage. The stories of the Norse gods, their exploits, and their interactions with the African pantheon serve as a bridge between past and present, between myth and reality. As we continue to explore the past, the stories of the Norse gods and their possible connection to Africa remind us of the interconnectedness of human history. These stories are not just tales from a bygone era, but powerful narratives that continue to shape our world today.